Hello everybody, this is Girl018, and this is going to be part 10 of my Let's Play of Seduce Me the Otome. Last episode, things got a little heated. Now if you've played this game, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, and you haven't watched the episode, go and watch it. Just as a warning, there will be giggling in that episode, so yeah. Them dogs. Anyway, we might as well continue with the playthrough. As I walked towards Suzu and Naomi, who were both waiting for me on the opposite side of the hall, something hooked my ankle and made me fall forward. That's rude. Oh. Ow.
Hey, are you okay? Who did that?
Good question. The three of us looked back to see Lisette and her gaggle of girls. Of course. Lisette had a look of complete innocence, while the girls around her giggled like no tomorrow.
Why,
of course
you
of them.
little...
Yeah, I agree with Suzu.
Suzu, don't!
Hey, let her! I felt a giant fire of anger burn in my stomach as I stared at Lisette. Today was not the only time this had happened to me. However, it was now clear who was behind these incidents. Even if she was innocent and one of her goons did it, it was now... Hang on. Sorry about that. It was my sister. I thought I paused or turned off the recording because I figured it would be my friend, and I was anticipating a long talk. So, yeah. Let me just reread this. Even if she was innocent and one of her goons did it, it was not obvious that Lisette was the mastermind just from the look on her face. Yeah, that cocky smirk. I don't like Lisette. She was no friend, nor would she ever be. I had to do something. What should I do? There's no real right answer for this. There's no... Dang it, I keep on hitting the mic. Sorry. There's no right answer for this, because none of these affect your relationship. Let's glare into her soul. Maybe next playthrough will, get her, but for this time, I think I'm gonna glare at her. I glared hard at Lisette, feeling wisps of air and magic run through my skin and veins. However, I stopped at what I saw. Oh, you see this silhouette? Remember this silhouette for later. Around Lisette was a dark purple aura that seemed all too familiar. It was like demon magic, but it seemed to be tamer. Is it who I'm thinking? It looks like it. I slowly rose to my feet, collecting my belongings as I continued to stare at Lisette. Something was off. Yeah. As I continued to look at her, the aura grew, forming a shadow behind Lisette, with red eye-like shapes glowing from within its darkness.
Anderson, you alright?
You guys don't see this? I couldn't respond. I was entranced by a small hum in the air. It was distant, almost like an ethereal whisper you'd hear in horror games. Yeah, it's creepy. But it was real. It sounded vaguely of a woman humming a tune I didn't recognize.
Hey, are you okay?
You hear this? The little music that's playing in the background? That's the tune she's talking about. It's creepy! I always thought that was just the music playing with this scene, but no! Let's go. We'll be late for class. I suddenly felt the need to walk away, so I did. Naomi and Susan scrambled to catch up and follow at my new quickened pace.
Sheesh, Anderson. You look like you saw a ghost.
Kind of.
Are you really okay? That fall was pretty bad. think she saw underneath Lisette's cake face and saw the devil itself.
You're not too far off. You're not too far off.
Oh, Suzu, hush!
No, something was wrong with Lisette. It was more than just her being mean. There was something or someone watching over Lisette. Or they were watching me behind Lisette. That is creepy. What they were doing, I didn't know, but it was definitely demonic. Like I said, if my hunch is right, remember what that shadowy figure looked like. If my hunch is right, we'll see her soon. Surprisingly, the rest of the school day went off without another incident. I went to my classes, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. Huh? A text? From Dad? I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you're ready to go when I get there. Huh, sounds like him. That's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Why, though?
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Yeah, alright. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picked me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? Dad's never late, especially not this late. Yeah, considering how your dad is, it wouldn't surprise me him to be the type of guy who is always really punctual, like right on the dot time. Never late for anything. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnection error message. What the? No signal error? How do I not have signal? I double-checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal. He must be in a dead zone. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed at my hands, feet, and covered my mouth. I screamed into the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary, feeling their hands on me. I needed it to stop.
Hey!
Yeah.
Don't dirty up Malix's prey.
Of course. You should have known something was wrong when he didn't show up. The voice, which sent a fearful shiver up down my spine, whispered in my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
Oh, goody. Sorry, Mark. I couldn't fathom what was happening. Before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure of where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. Yeah. All I saw was darkness. I felt numb as I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears, first of the interior of a car, then the outside, then an echoey space with whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. Looks like a warehouse. However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face and my hands were cut. Bonds were cut, not hands. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse, surrounded by devils, including Malix, who was smirking at me. And of course I think that's Rachel coming home with the baby. But I think her mom's got it covered.
Nicely done! I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion. They'll search everywhere.
Oh, really? Malix walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes. Never want that to happen, guys. Scary.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
Yeah, if you, did the... Hang on. Yeah, the baby not happy. He had to go back inside. If you did the extra bit with Sam in the like I did in the last episode, you get his name, and you can call him, or you could wait. If you wait enough, you get a bad ending, where you get shot because they take down your the magic protection around you. If you fight, because we read the magic journal, we can fight and use magic, and we get a bit more information as well. But I think I'm gonna do this. Almaris, I think that's how you pronounced it. All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What the?
I think that was Eris. Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. Oh, he's mad. As the gusts slowly started to die, the light began to fade. Revealing a very peed off Sam. Yeah, I can understand him being mad. Sam?
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, considering all the energy we gave him. Oh boy. At that moment, Sam didn't even give Malx a chance to breathe. As I blinked, I saw Sam's fist ram itself into Malx's cheek, sending the devil flying back against the wall in the warehouse we were in.
You motherfucker!
Sam was relentless. He quickly followed Malx to the wall and began slamming his fists into Malx's body. An imprint of Malx's body began to form into the wall as Malx was beaten in. Oh, that'll be good to see. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do. Help Malx or watch in silence. You probably want to watch in silence. Less risk of dying. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched, with an amused smirk on her face.
Yes! Ah!
With a blast of heat, Sam was forced back from Malx. Sam slid on the balls of his feet, covering his face from the burst of heat that forced him back. Malx, on the other hand, was practically on fire. His menacing eyes glared deadly daggers at Sam as Malx gripped his gun.
You're dead, Incubus!
You have to catch him! Malx pried himself from the wall and began to fire hot bullets at Sam. However, none of the shots made it to Sam's body. In the blink of an eye, Sam had disappeared from his spot and reappeared at Malx's side, ready to lay a heavy punch to Malx's head.
Too slow!
Oh yeah. Malx, though, wasn't as slow as Sam thought. Malx quickly turned to shoot at Sam, who barely had the time to dodge it. It would quickly turn into a fight of Sam using his speed to dodge and try to hit Malx, and Malx using his gun and devil-like skills to try and lock onto Sam's appearing form. It was almost too fast to follow. Yeah. However, I could tell something inside Sam had changed. It wasn't holding anything back in this fight. It was as if something incredibly demonic had taken a hold of him and forced each punch he threw and each step he made. Was this the extent of demon power? I didn't have a chance to answer myself. As Sam tried to dodge Malx, Sam tripped and landed on one knee with a loud thump.
Gotcha, bitch!
Uh-oh. It's not good. I gasped in horror. Sam had no chance to dodge or run. I could only stare petrified as Malx charged forward and jammed the barrel of his... Oh, that's gotta be painful. Jammed the barrel of his gun into Sam's mouth. Oh, that's... Hopefully Sam can figure out what to do.
Eat hellfire, Incubus!
Oh, he's glowing. That's a good thing. Then, at that moment, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. Well, hang on, let me actually turn this down. I didn't even think about it. What could have been described in tone as the color red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and green as everything began to blend together all at once. Eyes never strayed from Sam's face, however, even as it changed. His eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Sam began to bite down. How on earth are you going to bite down on that? on the gun in his mouth. As the trigger was pulled, the gun was snapped in two between Sam's teeth. Small fragments of the gun flew everywhere, while the look on Malix's face went from confused to petrified. I don't blame him. If something like that happened in front of me, I'd be scared. Big time. I'd probably poop myself in shock. Before Malix could utter a single response, Sam let out a giant animalistic roar, sending waves of fear down my spine, and tackled Malix to the ground. Oh, yeah. Don't mess with Sam, or his lady, or his family, or you're gonna go. I stared as Sam began to slam punches into Malix's face, one right after another. Sam's skin began to morph and shift with each punch, changing from human to something else. Before I was allowed to see Sam's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes. Instinctively, I reached up and gripped them, trying to pull them off. A voice stopped me.
It's me. Don't look.
Damien? I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? Sorry. I wanted to know, but something told me to obey Damien's command. I could still hear Sam screaming and grunting with each punch he rammed into Malix's face, with the occasional cracking of bone and blood splatter echoing in the air. Maybe it was better than I was made with sleep. Yeah. Especially if you're very queasy at the sight of blood.
That's enough, Sam!
Almost instantly after James' command, the sound stopped. The only thing anyone could hear then was Sam's pants and grunts for air.
Malix is dead, and you've lost your glamour spell.
Shut up.
Glamour spell? What did he mean? Why did Sam sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me? Sorry, I keep on trying to listen in on what's going on in the other room. Yeah, I know I'm nosy. I can't help it.
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Look, I froze. Look human? They didn't look like humans at all? What did they look like?
Like demons.
Oh, that's real descriptive. Demons could look like anything. As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here. Let's go. You gotta regain your glamour spell and you're all out of energy. Come on.
Fine. Whatever.
I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed around before hearing Sam guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Damien removed his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. On top of Malix's body was a dirty sheet that was quickly turning red from blood. Not surprising. I could see that Malix's face was completely caved in, making a dip in the blanket. Ugh. I don't think anybody can survive that. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them, including Sam, looking like nothing had happened. What just... I tried to speak, but everything zipped around in my head at the whole event, and I felt like speaking was impossible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in a sea of what, and how, and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked at Sam for some form of sign that I wasn't dreaming. Sam kept his eyes down and away from me. It was over. Malix was gone, and the boys were finally safe. A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with that group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay until after Malix was defeated. That was our deal. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down on my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
Yeah, I think everybody would agree on that.
I'm just tired.
Yeah, I can
Can I
understand
hit
that.
the hay early?
Yeah, you tired, alright. You used all your energy fighting Malix. And beating him to a pulp. Well, his face to a pulp. I don't know about his body.
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I looked to Damien, knowing he could read my mind as well. Mind and frowned. I didn't want him to know my thoughts about the situation. Yeah. Bed sounds good. I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. I gulped, face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. Yeah, all they put you through. I'm surprised that when Sam moved, I'm surprised James didn't, move to the side. Because you're kind of blocking him. I looked to Sam, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave. But would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. Or say no and ask me to stay longer. As if he knew what I wanted. Sam moved and stepped to me, putting his hands in his pockets and looking down at the ground. He was still ashamed at what he had done, but he spoke to me regardless.
Hey,
You're kind of chewing over your words here.
I wanted to thank you for your energy and stuff. Well, I kind of want to stay here. Can we stay here? Please?
Oh, we said please! Wonder how often the boys hear that from him. My heart skipped while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at Sam wide-eyed, but didn't dare speak out. Sam stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again and my life could return to normal. If I did decide to let them go, that would have been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. Yeah, justify it any way you want. But did I want to? They had done so much for me in such a small amount of time. Yeah, if you did not romance any of the boys, or if you were going after, Suzu, Naomi, or Andrew, you wouldn't get the option to choose. They would automatically leave, as soon as Malix was defeated. But since we did go after one of them, we get to choose. Let them go, or let them stay. Obviously, if we let them go, the romance ends. Obviously. So we're gonna let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man that I had come to have feelings for before speaking at last. I would love it if you all could stay. The boys cheered tiredly, but nonetheless enthusiastically. I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited, despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies. Today was a rough day. Oh yeah. My home is your home, as long as you still help with chores. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor. Yeah, that would not be good.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
Yeah, that'll get touched on in the second game. Demons don't normally sleep.
We've had a very long day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
I watched a happy smile grow on Sam's lips. He shared my excitement knowing that we would be together longer. Who knew how long we would stay together? All I cared about was that I would be with him. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and Sam alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Sam walked closer to me, looking to his feet. He was nervous, but it was really cute to see him that way, so I didn't do anything but smile.
Hey, thanks for letting us stay.
You're welcome, Sam. I'm happy to have you stay here. I watched his smile brighten a bit before he cleared his throat and looked up at me with a serious face. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself sway a bit on my feet. However, Sam's face made it clear that he wanted to say something else, making me forget that my bet was also calling me.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
No, it's fine. You did what you had to do. I understand. I'd accepted everything that happened and knew that Sam had to do what he had to do. He was real, and he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nodding against my curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore that memory further. Sam nodded before holding out a hand to me.
Come on, let's get you to bed.
Oh yeah, that'd be very nice. I nodded before Sam gently lifted me up in his arms like a bride and carried me to my room. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against Sam's chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I bet that felt so nice, getting to bed after a long day like that. I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked at Sam fighting a yawn from escaping me as he gently ran a hand through my hair.
Get some sleep, alright? I'll make some breakfast again for you in the morning.
Well, it's good that he can actually cook. I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house, and being with the man whom I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. Yeah. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into the darkness of my mind. Hang on. Good, you found it! Oh, this is fun. Okay, and I already read this. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. Yeah. And that was the game, everybody! If you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Too bad we didn't get to really explore the romance too much further. Oh, what the? Hey, what happened to the credits?
You are an interesting creature.
And enter the main, not really the main villain, but another villain. And remember what I said earlier in the episode? Yeah, it's her. I don't know why Diana was inhabiting Lisette's body or controlling her or something. I don't know why. I'll try and message Michaela Laws about that and ask her why she had that happen. Maybe she can give me an answer. Yeah, the game's not over yet. I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a very sly smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream and cry, but a hand quickly covered my mouth.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
Then why'd you show up in my room? Get out! I could only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move or fight her off. What was going on, and why was she here?
Why do the boys like you? You're unique, yes, but that can't be all that you have going for you.
How does she know about the boys? Rage began to consume my core again. This woman, whoever she was making me mad. She must have known as she let another smirk roll on her face.
Ooh, you're feisty. That could be why.
Before I could bite her hand in anger, she removed her hand from my lips, standing up and staring down at me from her place next to my bed. Yeah, like I said, that is I think that's the outline that was behind the set earlier in the episode. If I am wrong, correct me, and if you know what it is, tell me what it is, because I would like to know. I quickly set up, and yeah, the music is like this for a reason. I quickly set up and glared daggers at the intruder. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement. Who the hell are you, and why are you in my room? Yeah, this is the only time you will ever hear me curse. Because I'm reading the dialogue, obviously. Only reason I didn't say the word piss before is because my sister was coming down the hallway. The woman began to laugh, making the rage inside me increase. I wanted to punch her, but I waited for her answer.
How silly of me. I forgot that we demons are not well known of in your world. You can call me Diana, little human.
Okay, so she's a demon. And the reason for the music is she is a succubus. A male, essentially an incubus is a male succubus. So yeah, incubus and succubus are both sex demons. Diana? Demon? You're a demon?
I am. But I'm much more than just an average demon.
Yeah, you're a succubus. What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
Told ya. I stared at Diana in shock. A succubus? First incubi, now a succubus? Great. I now met both genders of sex demons. Yeah. Diana crossed her arms and sat under her... Why are you saying it like that? God! Under her bosom and looked at my body.
Well, you are pretty. But you seem very reckless. Too reckless.
I moved out and stood from the bed, still glaring at Diana. Why are you here?
Oh, I just wanted to see who my competition was.
Competition? Yeah, competition?
For the boys, of course. They don't belong here, and yet here they remain. I want to know why, and remedy this little issue.
Oh really, they don't belong here? That's their choice. They should have a choice in where they live. Good God. Yeah, this girl was seriously pissing me off. Issue? What issue? They want to stay here so they can.
Silly, uneducated human.
Uneducated?
You don't understand the important roles these boys play in the abyssal planes.
Well, probably about demons,
Keeping them here is practically imprisonment.
I'm not keeping them against their will. They could, if I was doing that, they could easily take my energy, leave me powerless, and leave. I'm not keeping them here under prison. Yeah, you have about 10 seconds to leave.
Is that a threat? How cute. What are you going to do? Kill me?
Probably not kill you, I'd probably punch you. If I had to kill you, I'd probably push you out that window and over the balcony. And if I do?
You barely have the strength to stand, little human. I can rip the rest of your energy out and knock you into a coma. You'll never be able to wake up again.
Oh, that's a better threat. Touch me and I'll...
Enjoy every minute of it.
What? I felt my body freeze and heat up in almost a painful haze. My mind began to feel fuzzy as Diana stepped up and caressed my cheek. She does not swing that way. Faith does not swing that way, lady.
Now, you're going to listen to everything I say without any questions. Got it?
I nodded.
Good. I plan to bring the boys back to the abyssal planes. Why? So that I can take my place as queen of their realm. They have no reason to be here in this silly little world, so I'm going to make sure they return home. Okay, Pumpkin?
Pumpkin? You don't call me Pumpkin. Only person who ever has should ever have a nickname for Faith is Sam. So you can't call her Pumpkin. I nodded but growled. My rage couldn't be concealed despite the hold I was under. You evil... I'm gonna say it. Bitch. I told you, this is the only time you will ever hear me cuss is if I'm reading something, and it has a cuss word in it. That's the only time you will ever hear me cuss.
Call me evil all you want, dearie. I'm not evil. You're just in my way.
Yeah, considering what happens in the second game, she's not evil. she's got her other reasons for bringing the boys back besides, being clean. Obviously, she's not a gold digger. She's doing it for good reasons, but since she's taking your love interest away, yeah, she's evil. But not necessarily, just evil in the way that she's keeping you from someone you love. I felt Diana lean into my ear and whisper, making me unconsciously shiver in both pleasure and annoyance. Yeah, more annoyance.
Now, be a good little human and go to bed. I'll make sure they're gone before you get home tomorrow from school, so make sure to say goodbye in the morning.
I felt my body move on its own to lay in bed and cover itself with my blankets. I glared at Diana the entire way down. Diana laughed at my futility. I'll get you.
Oh, please do.
Oh boy, I think we made her mad. All of a sudden her voice deepened and became cold and demonic, sending a violent, scared shiver down my spine. Her red eyes practically illuminated in the darkness on my room as she glared at me. Yeah, I think we made her mad.
Give me a reason to make your life a living hell.
I gritted my teeth, trying to fight back against the hold on me. She couldn't have been that tough. She needed energy to survive, right? I was sure she couldn't have had enough to hold me down forever. Diana then laughed and returned to normal, quote-unquote.
Oh, and make sure you don't tell the boys I was here. I want my visit to be a surprise.
Like heck, I'll not tell them. I'm gonna tell them. I felt the hold on me disappear, allowing me to sit up and practically growl at Diana in rage. What's stopping me?
Then you must not care about your friends and family as much as you care for the boys.
You little witch! Using her family and friends against her. That's low. I stopped and stared. What did she mean by that? Was that a threat to my family? Dan smirked at me, knowing the confusion behind my eyes.
Let's just say that if you tell the boys about me, I'll make sure that no one will care for you, and you'll be all alone in this little house until the day you die.
Fat chance. Yeah, if I could control my character to have her talk, I'd tell her to drop dead. I could feel fear creeping into me. Alone? How could she do that? Well, she's a succubus. She could obviously do the same mind manipulation thing that the boys could do, so it's quite a big possibility that she could do that. The word demon reverberated in my head, reminding me that I was facing off against something supernatural. A human with a shield versus a devil was one thing. A human on her own versus a demon was another.
Have a good night.
Oh, drop dead, Diana. She dropped down. With that, Diana sank into the floor through a magic purple pentagram, which disappeared as her head vanished to the floor. I did not actually call that. When I said that, I forgot that she does that right at that moment. I couldn't believe it. I had one problem and now I had another. Instead of a crazy psycho devil that wanted to kill me and the boys, I had a succubus wanting to ruin my life and take the boys away. Could my life get any worse? And we'll answer that question next time. I will see you guys next time when we go into the next day and find out what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this so far. See y'all next time.